we are going to go to the desktop. Okay, share screen. This is going to create a little bit of bandwidth issue. All right. Here is your login. I don't know if you guys have gone through this process yet of registering your account and creating a password. If you have not done that, you would, all right, come on. Go right here where it says set up your account now. Okay. I'm not going to do that because mine's already done. Like I said, this usually takes a second. All right. At the top of your screen up here, there are these little tabs you can choose from: Espanol, home, profile, sitemap, blah, blah, blah. In between home and profile, there is one called key campaign dates. I do not have that because I'm in a different program than you guys are. It's a testing phase that my district is in. It has nothing to do with me as a leader or anything like that. It's just our district's in a test and learn. We've been doing a lot of test and learn this year, and it seems like every time they want to use us for guinea pigs, I end up getting to do it. But that will tell you when your due date is. Right here, it will also tell you right underneath here, campaign 2 must go in on this day. You have how many days left to do it. Okay. I wish I could show you that little chart. It's so cute. What else you guys want to know in here? Mine looks different than yours, so sorry.
Very good. How many would you like us to sell? Like us to sell each month?
We do it every 2 weeks because it's done by campaigns, and that's something that you need to kind of figure out what you want to do yourself. I always tell people, this is now your business. You're using Avon products, but this is your business. So you're going to, when you file your taxes, you're an independent representative. Avon doesn't supply you with a W-2, 1099, any of that, unless you have bonuses, cash bonuses in excess of $600. Okay. Don't know if y'all hit that this time. Let's hope so. But then you'd have to at least claim that money. You know what I mean? It's your choice, or it's up to you ethically to count your earnings. Your books and things like that count as business tools. Those get counted off on your taxes. I would say talk to a tax professional, an accountant, CPA, something like that, to see what all kind of receipts you need to save for the year, because South Carolina is different than North Carolina, and I am not a tax professional, so I don't want to steer you wrong. I set up, we had a planning day with the leaders in my group, and last Tuesday, and we made a dream board, and I'll have to show you guys that. It's right up there. And we looked at the whole year, you know, from January to December. What do we want to do? And this year I hit President's Club. It's first year President's Club, and that was $10,000 in personal sales for the year. So with that, I get to have 40% off of all my orders, even if they're only $50, because normally if they're $50, you get 20%. Okay. And so, even if I turn in a $50 order, I'm still getting 40%. Yay! And that makes a big, big difference, especially if you're doing shows, events, school bazaars, fundraisers wouldn't matter, things like that to earn income. It really does help a lot, especially if you want to keep stuff on hand. I have never recommended that people keep a whole lot of stock on hand unless you're doing something like the flea market, or like at Christmas time. There's lots of school events and things like that. Then if you want to keep it on hand, you can. I did this year. It was at the tail end of this year was the first time I actually had inventory in my house, which my house is a disaster. And I have a relative who lets me leave products at her store to sell as well. So
Okay.
some people may let you do that, especially, we're all three in the South. So some people may, be open to letting you leave books. My accountant lets me leave books there. And if there's no books there, he calls me and says, bring books. I'm like, yay.
Okay.
It's all about developing relationships, and talking to people, and take your book everywhere you go. I mean, I tell everybody, keep 3 books in your purse at all times. If you run out, make sure you got more in the car. Because that is your, go ahead. Uh-oh, Brittany just left us. Sherry, you still with me? Oh, there's Brittany. Brittany, can you still hear me? Okay, I got you now.
I would do. Am I gonna on this year tax since I just started?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I had too much more out after that. You're freezing up. This is thinking for some reason. Okay, what else is there? Trying to think what else y'all need to see in here. So getting back to what you're saying, it's up to you. If you want to hit President's Club this year, then we need to go, okay, $10,000. We'll just do it with calculator right here. Make it easy. You have to have 10,000. That's what it's there for. And we have 26 campaigns. So you're going to divide by 26 campaigns. That basically means you need $385 every campaign. Okay. Now, understand there are going to be times when those might be more and it might be less. Sherry, you and I talked about this earlier. Summertime, it slows down. People on vacation, kids going back to school, all that kind of good stuff. And so don't get hung up on that number per se. Use it as a guideline and still look at the big picture if that's what your goal is. Okay. And that's something that we can sit down and discuss and go, okay, like I said, I've got the big book of everything. I mean, this is my game plan. So I'm really good at it going, okay, well, you need this much for this campaign. You need this much for this campaign. And then if you fall back a little bit or you go over a little bit, that's great. Just keep going forward. The key is not to stop. And if you want to grow a team, which I highly suggest, but if you want to get your feet wet first and then we're going to grow on a team, that's fine too. But growing a team helps you have more money consistently in your pocket every 2 weeks. And that's one thing I love about this. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and see if that helps a little bit. Okay. Average order. My personal thing is I shoot for $200 every campaign. You guys are on a different track because with this incentive that you guys are falling under, your first goal is $150. And then it moves up $50 every 2 weeks. So your second one's going to be $2, then $250, then $3, then $350, then $4. And I want you guys to kind of stick to that and stay there if you can. Just because that just means you need 2 more customers buying from you basically every 2 weeks. And honestly, I would tell you get 5 if you can, or at least hand out 5 to 10 more books each campaign until you get to the point where you're like, okay, I don't have anybody else left to give books to. And honestly, I can't tell you how many books it'll take because you start with 20 at least. So do your first order, hand your books out with what you've got. And if you find you're running out of books, I recycle mine. And by that, I mean, I have helpers who help me get orders. And my sister, for example, works at one of the county office buildings. And I can't tell you how many offices are in there. She takes 2 books, one for the first level, one for the second level. And she hands the books out. They get a week to look over the book, get the orders in, and then she collects the books back up and gives it to me. I have my customers trained so well. They actually did this themselves. When they place their next order, they send the bags back so I can reuse the bags. I have gotten to the point now where I put their names on their bags in magic marker. So, yeah, that way I don't lose track of them. You know, and once they become dilapidated, then of course I replace them. But they are like, well, you've got to pay for, bags. So we want to make sure we, save you some money. Well, God bless you. I love you. But I'm different with my customers. I mean, I give them discounts, 5-10%, especially if they're consistently ordering. Some people have used a coupon card, and it's like, well, if you put in, consistently or 10 orders, doesn't matter, in a year, 2 years, whatever, then you get $10 off or $5 off. You go to the haircut place, they'll give you a free haircut. I haven't done that because I truly, truly believe in customer service. If you spoil them, they will come back. They will tell somebody else. And I can't tell you how many customers I get from current customers who are like, hey, Betty told me that, you had this, and this, and, to hurry up and order it because it looks like it's going out of stock or something, blah, blah, blah. Can you get me a couple, blah, blah, blah. Sure, no problem. And then they hand the book off to somebody else. I'm like, well, okay then. Yay. It's all about being out and about and talking to people. And even if you're a little scared, a little shy at first, it's okay. Hand them a book. We've got one lady on our team. This girl's rocking it. She's got 4,000 in team sales every campaign.
Every campaign?
Every campaign. That's her and her team. And she has went straight. I mean, she signed up and bam, hit the floor running, has not stopped since. I mean, I'm trying to catch her, and it's like I went full-time leadership in March of this year, and it took me about 7 months to get where I am now. It took her 4. But she is on fire, and she and I have been talking a lot lately. I'm like, what in the world are you doing? She goes, I take a big, huge pocketbook. She goes, and I put my Avon books in it. And she goes, and I go to Walmart. And she said, and I just hand them out to everybody I see. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. She goes, no. I said, hey, here's your Avon book. Here's your Avon book. Here's your Avon book. And I'm like, and I'm sitting here teaching people to at least put like a sticky note on the front of all your books. So when you hand it out to somebody, you get their name and information. You get their name and phone number and say, hey, take a look over, and I'll give you a call, in a couple of days, or I'll call you in a week or whatever. Make sure I've got your order. And that way you've got their information and you don't have to wait on them to give you an order. But she, she seems to do really well with that. She's a little bit different too. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, she is just, have you ever met one of those people? It's like, no matter what they do, they're going to excel at it. She's one of those people. And I'm trying to think what else there is. Yeah, just use your first order as a measuring stick and then see where to go from there. And I know, Brittany, you were saying, you work a lot and you don't get to get out that much, but when your customers come in and get that massage, hand them a book with them and say, hey, you place an order, I'll give you 5% off or something, or I'll give you 10% off, anything over $25, something like that. I'll give you free shipping. The shipping is 75 cents on the customer orders. For us, it's a flat $6. And we pass that 75 cents along to our customers so that that's not eating into our profit. Sherry, what else you got for me? Brittany, what else you got for me?
Do you have my question? I said that you claim Avon on the taxes since I just started.
You will claim it on your taxes for 2017, not 16.
So not this year. Not
Say that again.
February. Not this one.
I got broken up something February, but that doesn't sound right.
So not February. I'll type.
Type it in for me. I don't know. For some reason, I can't hear. You sound like a robot. I know, it's bad, isn't it? Oh, let's see. If you paid for your kit the end of December, well, that doesn't help too much. No, not for 2016 taxes. You have to do it for 17 taxes. Yeah. Yeah, start from now.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Just from now to the end of December 31st next year or this year. And when I talked to my tax accountant, he said I was saving gas receipts like nobody's business. And he said, I don't need your gas receipts. He goes, I need your mileage. And I'm like, but I have all of these. And he's like, that's not what I need. So I've had to go back and recalculate, my mileage and stuff. So if, like Brittany, I know you have your job in Charlotte, but even tracking your mileage to and from Charlotte, I think you can count some of your mileage off, because if you're taking your books to the office and handing them out, that still counts.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask,
okay.
But I think that still counts. And I'm working on a Excel program, and I'll post it in the group page as well, that has, okay, if you need to track your mileage, use this, or you can use it and tweak it, or what have you.
Okay.
The one thing I posted on the group page today was, I don't think you can see this. This is income producing activities.
Yeah, I can download it.
Good. Okay. I don't know if you can see here. The green are my IPAs. Okay. I highlight those. I used to write them in a green pen ink, but I've switched to highlighter because whatever pen I'm at, I grab it and go. So sometimes that's not always feasible. Trying to think. So, and with this is something that I learned at a training seminar in November that I got to do a test and learn on too. It's like, keep it for a week and check yourself. I use this thing every week because I have days where I don't get out of bed. I don't know what it is. I'm just bleh. It's cold, it's rainy. My head, thinks that, okay, well, we don't have to get out of bed. So we don't. But I've tried really hard to get up in the morning ever since last Tuesday. I've been trying to get up every day, get a shower, do my makeup, do my hair, and I'm at work. Okay. Let's see if this will fix a little bit. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay. And I see where I freeze now. Am I still freezing? It looks like I am, but then it looks like I'm not. Our weather is so funky. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. But, even doing that over the holidays, I didn't hardly do anything as far as income producing over the holidays. Hardly anything. But then you guys came along and started popping up and joining, and I'm like, ooh, I got to do something now. But this is what I love to do. I don't like sitting at the computer and, fiddling with this or fiddling with that, and this and that. I would rather help you guys do what you need to do. Sherry, do you have anything? Thinking that you were wanting to ask. I couldn't remember what we had said earlier. You still with me, Sherry? Brittany froze now. Sherry, what do you want to do over the next year? I don't know if she can hear. Brittany, what do you want to do over the next year?
Next year? Arts in general.
Say that again.
I said in general, or you want first?
Ah! I got 10 more minutes. See, it's like, woohoo.
Just be able to meet goals, actually getting out and getting out there and place people and get in Avon itself, and getting a lot more customers. What I want to do is at least get 10 customers by my next campaign. So that's what I'm shooting.
Okay.
And then trying to do every campaign.
Okay. Do you know how you're going to do that?
You're right. I have one person that is waiting on the 10th, and he's going to order some cologne and something else. It's $50.
Okay. So you've got.
I know he's going to buy that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that he's for it.
So you have customers lined up, right? Brittany, you froze again.
You did too.
I did too. Well, I heard bits and pieces, and it's like you've got customers lined up. You want to get 5 customers before you start. You want to get more each campaign. You're goal oriented. You've got goals set in mind that you want to do, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, Miss Sherry is goal oriented as well. And let me ask you ladies this, and you can type it in, talk it in, whatever you want. What can I do to motivate you? Do like prizes or gifts work for you, or cold hard cash, or swift kick in the rear end? What works for you? Everybody's different. So, I mean, to me, sometimes it's like, give me cold hard cash. And then it's like, well, you know what? I might want to buy some, I might go for something different, but I just want to know what your feedback is.
I don't know. Cash is always great.
Nope. I mean, I've got a couple of girls that if you dangle something in front of them, they're going to go for it. I mean, it could be a wad of chewing gum, and they would go for it. They would just have to have it. Yeah. Miss Sherry? I can't hear Miss Sherry. Maybe she'll start texting in a minute. Let's see. We're going to start running out of time, and I don't want to get in depth into too many things until then. I know one thing everybody's asking, I don't know, do you guys know how you get paid?
No. I know bits and pieces. I know we get paid off of ourselves. I don't know.
Okay. It should,
I was confused a little bit because it was like with the taxes and everything that comes out, put up to percent. Wrong.
okay. It's in your email.
Like
Go ahead.
I watched the. I mean, I did the.
Sherry's on mute. Oop, Brittany, I lost you. Oop, I think I got you back. Are you with me? Ooh, I see a face. Ooh, I see you moving. Yay. It should be in your welcome email. If you've read that, if you hadn't read it, but it's basically you collect your money from your customers. Then I always tell everybody get a separate checking account or savings account from your local bank wherever you go, and just designate that your Avon account. We don't have business checking because business checking isn't just for us, I guess. You've got to be a corporation or LLC or something like that before a bank will set up a business checking. So, like mine, I have 3 checking accounts, and my 3rd checking account is my Avon. And everybody at the bank knows, okay, put it in my Avon account. And they're like, oh, yeah, the 3rd one. Yep, that's it. So when I put my order in, it'll say, please pay Avon this amount. So I have a separate debit card that I just click to pay Avon, I pay the bill, and it's done. And whatever's left in my bank account is my profit. And that way I see it, and it's not mixed in with my house money. Does that make sense?
What I was asking you, had the extra cash you pay. Like, aren't you paying everything of it, or sending them everything? Or?
Say that for me again. Uh-oh, I'm losing you. I lost Brittany.
I'm back.
Yay. All right, say that for me again.
And I was going to say, as you said, if the
okay.
Into there and would pay for it, you said fine, what to pay, and that's what you get at the.
You're freezing again. I bet you I froze too. Sherry's gone now. Uh-oh. Well, let's do this. Apparently, our connection is going wacky. And we've got 2 minutes left. Call me, or call me, or if you want me to, I'll call you. We'll hang up, and then I'll make sure that you understand all this, okay?
Okay.
Okay? Well, thank you, ladies, and I really appreciate it. And like I said, if you have questions, just let me know. This is what we're here for, and then we'll meet again next Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll have a couple more, and I'll probably find a couple different topics to talk about next week, too. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.